here they come, and we're just about ready to go.
And the green light is going to be on now, and away they go.
And once again, it's Kenny and his good mate, young Andrew Higgins, alongside him as they go down into turn one. I tell you what, Andy's not giving Ken his own way. Oh, they rub him back and wheels.
Brave line out there. Ken's giving him room, and look what's happening behind.
Look at Greg Thornton. He's arguing, coming up in there in the Chevron. That's the blue one.
Oh, Andy's going to get him.
And hang on, we've got to come in together here with now. Who's that? That's 99.
Glenn Richardson, the T400 number 99, and Ian Clementson number 30, the 332. Very unnecessary. Oh, what a shame.
Oh, okay, well, no, they're both, look, I'll tell you what, they're both mobile. That's great. They're both full second reverse gear, and they're going to get underway. So we're not going to get a safety car. All
repairable. And Ken's still in front there of Andy Higgins. They were going through turn 3 there. That's Aaron Burson in the blue McRae behind with Brett Willis, number 16, in the 330 in 4th place. And look at David Aerosmith in the Class A car. He's up there in that beautiful Lotus.
That's number 67.
Yeah, number 67.
Just in front of Greg Thornton there in...
that's the Chevron.
Yeah. And
the most famous car in the world, according to Greg. But it did beat all the Formula 1 cars in the Race of Champions in about 1974 at Brands Hatch.
The only time that ever occurred.
Yes.
So there we go, into turn 1 we go, and we're looking at the 3rd place man, and that's Aaron Burson there in the number 29 GM McRae with number 16 in behind him in the only Lola T300 racing here today.
330.
Sorry, 330.
I wish we had a 300 here, but not today. Just beautiful cars. They actually put the side impact stuff on the 332s in the latter part of the 70s, so that's a thinner version, or a wider version of the 330, and then a thinner version of the 332.
Well, I was just at lunchtime, I was out there, morning tea, I was just out there having a chat with Mr. Graham Lawrence.
Yes, and he's here.
Graham was explaining to me the side impact of an Lola T332 on a train.
Yeah, unfortunate incident that. I was as a kid there watching it. He won't like me saying that, but I was a bit younger. Isn't that a beautiful car, 67, that Lotus 70. Same chassis as a Formula 1 car of the day.
Yep.
One of Chapman's early forays into the 5,000 world. But the Chevron, and that's number 2 car for Greg Thornton in the blue Chevron.
And they're having a good scrap, these two. Look at this side by side as they come up the hill here. And it looks like Greg's got the job done on him. He has. He's got the Chevron through on the Lotus as they go into
32.
turn 1.
Yep.
Heading down now towards the bridge. They're looking in the background there, and we can see there's a good fight going on. Here comes young Michael Collins in another one of the McRae GM1s.
The 27 car. Well, he in the end, he was suffering a broken gear linkage, I found out. Right. They went right through the gearbox, rebuilt it, and it was a broken gear linkage. And they didn't realise.
That's not something you want to find out after you've just done a big job. There's Grant Martin there in the Talon, the red car at the back there.
As driven by Chris Amon back in the day. Beautiful car.
That was Chris Amon's car, wasn't it?
Oh, I think they all were. And there's about 5 of them. But yes, a beautiful car.
It's like Falcon GTHOs. They only built 500 of them, 6,000 still exist.
Yeah, so I can get away with murder up here because none of them can hear me.
That's true. I'll tell you what, we seem to have a whole swag of McRae GM1s these days.
Oh, this is good stuff.
Look at this. This is
going past David Banks in the 5332. That's the car that Johnny Walker won the Australian Grand Prix in 1979 in a Magnum coloured number 50. But so much history out here.
Okay, and as they're coming down through into turn 1 now, heading down towards the Laser Electrical Plumbing Bridge, and this is the MSC Formula 5000, also supported by SAS Auto Parts.
And David Banks runs the company. He's a fantastic supporter of us, along with our other sponsors, but SAS do a brilliant job.
Down here, this is down at the Highpool hairpin, heading up now for the drop down into the Porsche Dipper, and this is Michael Collins on the number 67 of Dave Aerosmith.
Dave's not giving quarter,
no,
is he?
He's got his elbows out, I tell you what, and it's in a straight line drag. I don't think there's going to be a lot of the difference between these two. Actually, the aero on that Lotus looks pretty good for an on car.
True, but they are more like a dart, so they get through the air on the straights, but can't get around the corners as well.
Oh, and Dave Banks goes around there on the exit to, and he's managed to keep it pointing in the right direction. It's not a place you want to be with a Formula 5000 out on the grass.
He probably did that as a sponsor to get a bit more coverage, John.
Yep. He's had a bit of an incident with that car there before. There's Kenny Smith. We're back at the lead here with Smithy, and let's have a look at what Smithy's I'll tell you what, he's taken it back from the Formula, from the TRS cars. He's down to a 1 minute 0.54. And his previous lap was a 1 minute 0.55. So Kenny's on a charge. He's still away from lap record time, and I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to crack that today because of the weather. The weather is young Higgins coming through behind him.
Ex-Stanley owned Gaius car, a roller 332.
Yep, that's a good shot. That's as they climb up the hill with a drop down. Now we're back up on the front straight again. Here comes Kenny now. Down the front straight he comes into the turn one. That famous coloured helmet of Ken Smith's.
Now this is a replay, I think, because they're coming up on Kerry McIntosh at the big FM2, just ahead of him by the looks of it. I think.
No, that's Kenny. Kenny's about to be lapped, I believe.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So here he comes. Here, Kerry McIntosh in the bag.
Back to the Chevron B32 of Greg Thornton. He's got clearly ahead of. Oh, well there. We don't want that.
Okay, we're just actually looking at car number 37 there now, which is Greg Thornton, and is blowing oil out. It's coming out the left bank. So there's a bit of an issue here with Greg Thornton's car. And if that's oil coming out of there, then that's not going to. Oh, it's getting worse too as he comes up the hill, and with a drop down of that dipper. And after last weekend's, a couple of weekends, it's actually both banks now.
Oh, okay, great. I think it's time to pop in and have a drink in the pits.
Yeah,
that's Kerry McIntosh ahead of him there in car 39.
I don't think that Greg knows, to be honest with you. If he's looking at his, must be showing on his gauges now. We're back to Kenny again. Where's this is taken down at? So we're back to Hampton Ashford. Oh, no, we're back somewhere else now. Where are we? We dropped right into the dipper. And this is just trying to pick up who this is. Coming up here, we're looking for, I'm picking it's going to be Ken. Yep, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Kenny comes up here now. And
gosh, he's just over the 60-second mark there. He's going to crack it. He's desperate to do it. So that track's cleaned up a lot, John.
It has. Yeah. It has. Let's just see if we can stick with Kenny for a lap. And just see, we'll pull. You can give some gears through here, David, as you've driven one of these things around here.
Yeah, usually fourth. I bet he's pulling a higher gear. He tells us all the time, take a higher gear and lower revs, and you'll go faster. So he's into fifth there, pulling upwards 6, 7, 7.5, and he'd be about 180 miles an hour as he's on the brakes. So you see the nose drop.
So that's 180 miles an hour, folks. Yep. We're not talking kilometres. That's miles an hour.
270, 280k, and. Then on the brakes, and he takes turn one and fourth pretty much, down to third through here. Second gear, the only place you take second gear here is at the hairpin.
He's got himself right out there on these. I'll tell you what, he's using every bit of the track. Look at him.
He might pull a second gear here, but it's so hard to rotate the car and wheel spin up the hill. Probably third, down to second here.
That is just a beautiful car. The preparation on this car is just unbelievable. Here he comes out of here now. He's got Tony Roberts in front of him here in one of the Class A cars, one of the McLarens at the M10.
Number 7 here coming up on Peter Burson and the Orange McRae.
Okay, now that's may have compromised his entry into that corner, because if he's going for a lap here, and bearing in mind he really wants that lap record, and up the hill he comes now with Kenny Smith. He's going to come into our view anytime soon. That's checkered flag out this time.
He took it.
Here it comes. Ken. So Kenny, and did he do it? No, he didn't. He got it down that fact. No, he did get. Well, here comes
Greg in fifth place. He's stalled. Oh yes, that could be. That's coming out of the exhaust, isn't it? That's not a good place, unless it's oil onto that exhaust valve.
Could very well be.
It's hard to tell till you get them home. Yeah, that's not good. He could be laying root.
Okay, and across the top here he comes in.
Anyway, it looks like Andrew Higgins was in second place in the Lola 332, number 4. Aaron Burson in third place. That's a strong finish for Aaron, and car number 29, that beautiful.
Yep. Here we come down here. Yeah, that is a lot of oil coming out of the back of that car. Oh, there, look, it's actually dumping it on the track now. Greg, come on, get off the line. Yeah. So this is, that is, and you can see it's pouring out the back there.
Dear me. So he won't win points for that.
Oh, now he's finally decided it's a good time to put a look at it. It's just absolutely.
Yeah, I think we've lost that one for the afternoon unless they can do something.
Now the biggest problem we've got here, we've got to be careful of, is fire, because
yeah, unlikely in my estimation, but it's only been dropped off the track. It's gone into the catch tank, and then out of the catch tank you could see it coming out of the breather there. What a shame. Anyway, should we run through? He still finished in a strong 5th place, and just under a 62-second lap for Greg, so that's a good result.
Yeah. So let's go through. Let's go to the field. Kenny Smith took it out with a 1 minute and 0.054 seconds, followed by Andrew Higgins and another one of the Lola T332s on a 1 minute 0.506. So Andrew's not that far away from Kenny.
No.
Then a well-deserved third place to Aaron Burson there in the McRae with a 1